Welcome back to another video with Miss Curdy. This is for lesson 3-7 and it is the associative property. So far in topics 2 and 3, we've learned about the zero property, which tells us any factor times 0 is 0. We've learned about the identity property, which tells us that 1 times any factor is the other factor. And we've also learned about the distributive property, which tells us we can take a fact and break it up into two smaller facts and add those products together to find the original equation. So with the associative property, this says that if we have 3 or more numbers that we need to multiply, we can actually multiply them in any order and we can still get the same product. It's very similar to the commutative property where it tells us that order doesn't matter. And that is the only one, that's when we have 2 factors. In this case, the associative property is when we have 3 or even more factors. We can actually multiply them in any order. So let's take a look at what that would look like. Here I have 2 equations and they have the same factors, 3, 2, and 4, 3, 2, and 4. And in this case, I can multiply them in any order I want and I'll get the same answer. So let's take a look at this one. Here I've got my 3 times my 2 times 4. So the parentheses say do this first. So I'm going to do 3 times 2 first and I get 6. And then I can do 6 times 4 to get my final answer. I'm going to use the 4 strategy of double double. 6 doubled is 12, 12 doubled is 24, so I get a product of 24. Now let's try this on the other side to see that we get the same answer. The parentheses say do this first, so I'm going to do 2 times 4, which is going to give me 8, and then I'll multiply by 3. In this case, I'm going to use that 3 to do that strategy where I'm going to do 2 groups of 8 and then 1 more group of 8. 2 groups of 8 is 16, and then if I add 1 more group, I indeed will get 24. So no matter what order I multiply 3 or more factors, I get the same answer. Let's try this out as a word problem. So let's read this together. Mary has 2 photo albums. There are 4 pages in each album, and there are 3 pictures on each page. How many pictures are there in total? Before we start, let's take a look let's draw what this looks like so we can help understand what we're working with. Pictures are really useful when solving problems like this. So Mary has 2 photo albums. I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 squares to represent those 2 photo albums. 2 photo albums. Then I know that there are 4 pages in each album. So let's go ahead and make 4 pages. And finally, there are 3 pictures on each page. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you need to pause the video so you can finish drawing this picture, please do so that you're ready for the next step. So once I have this picture, I can think of it as a multiplication equation. So in this case, I've got 2 groups, 1, 2, and there's 4 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I've got 3 in each of those 4 groups. So this equation becomes 2 times 4 times 3. And again, I can multiply these in any order I want. I can do 2 times 4 first. I can do 4 times 3 first. I can even do 3 times 2 first. It's totally up to me. So if you want to pause the video, decide how you want to multiply this, in which order, and then meet me back here for the final answer. All right, so let's take a look. I know multiplying by 2 is very easy, so I'm going to save that for last, and I'll do 4 times 3. So in this case, I might use the 4 strategy to do double double. Here I'm going to do 3 doubled is 6, 6 doubled is 12. And then I can multiply 2 times 12, and multiplying by 2 is very easy. I just think about doubling the other number, and I know that 12 doubled is 24. Now you'll notice in all of these equations, we had the same numbers, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, and then 2, 4, and 3. And again, we've got the same product each time. So just to review, the associative property is a really useful strategy when you have 3 or more factors that you need to multiply. You can multiply them in any order, and that way you can choose the strategies that work best for you depending on your factors. That's it for lesson 3-7, the associative property. Have a great day, and thanks for joining me once again. Bye.